I have a bit of a local affinity for our next honoree. 6 years ago, nearly to the day, in Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas was all Twitter, pun intended. A new social messaging network was announced at the South by Southwest Interactive Conference there, which just finished up a couple of days ago. And while the geeks all around thought it was pretty cool, most of the world yawned. Because there was absolutely nothing interesting anyone could say in 140 characters. And that name, seriously, Twitter. And what was the message called? A tweet. That's silly. Okay, cool for geeks, destined for epic fail. Yeah. That day, Twitter usage was 20,000 tweets per day. Over the course of the week of South by Southwest, it tripled to 60,000 tweets for the whole day. Today, 60,000 tweets are sent in about 15 seconds. Now, I'm sure that founders Jack Dorsey and Evan Williams and Biz Stone have game-changing moments that are hanging on their walls. But the day a photo of a 737 floating in the Hudson River came across, tweeted into my feed, it became more than clear that Twitter was more than a messaging network. Twitter was a news-gathering tool. Discovered by its own users, of course, far ahead of when anyone probably in this room had even thought twice about it. The real game changer, though, the game changer, and much of the reason we at RTDNF decided to honor this company, came a couple of years later as rage began to grow in the Middle East. Soon a massive network of tweets told the story of the Arab Spring and a revolution across that region. Twitter became more than a tool. It became a global source for information. It became a lifeline. It became a model for proving that speech, free speech, can change the world. Today, 200 million active users are sending 400 million tweets every day. 5,000 every second. You just went off. You just went off. It took 3 years for them to reach 1 billion tweets. It now takes less than 3 days. Twitter is the news feed of a new generation. It's news fed, often in real time, by users and by journalists. Twitter democratizes information, and it is so ubiquitous it has changed the lexicon of our age. Not a day goes by that we don't hear the words Twitterverse, hashtag, or tweet spoken in completely serious sentences. Let's hear now from a great proponent of free speech in China. Ai Weiwei is a contemporary artist and political activist. He has been highly and openly critical of the Chinese government's stance on democracy and human rights. And he has investigated government corruption and cover-up. Tonight, Ai Weiwei has agreed to share with us his view of the dramatic impact Twitter has on global communication.
I think the Twitter and the new technology can provide individual the best tool for discussion and for the communication and to give out information. And with this new technology and the new effort, today the changing of the world become more dramatic and faster. So anybody use Twitter can easily adjust themselves and to also to challenge their own ideas with others, and can communicate so fast. And there's no such a condition in the human history can compare to what Twitter as a tool or as a technology helps the individual and helps the society. I think Twitter is not only very fast for information, but also very fast tool for the first thought. And even before any clear thinking, the intuition and the first thought can come out. Because the limit of the words, so it can come so efficiently, and also most often like poetry. And so when it's come to collectively, so it draws such a fantastic landscape of movement. Twitter itself is a movement, and it's very special.
Much can be said with 140 characters. I would say that is hashtag awesome. It is my great privilege to bestow the First Amendment Award to Twitter, represented tonight by Vice President of Communications, Gabriel Strickland.
Thank you so much. On behalf of Twitter, our employees, our hundreds of millions of users around the world, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm Gabriel Stricker, Vice President of Communications at Twitter, and we are so honored to accept the Radio, Television, Digital News Foundation's First Amendment Award. To be included in the same company as everyone from a former FCC chairman to the Knight Foundation is quite humbling indeed. We'd also like to offer special thanks to Friends of Ai Weiwei for working to ensure that you could see him tonight, albeit in video form. Friends of Ai Weiwei is an initiative dedicated to the promotion of art and activism around the world. And you can follow them on Twitter at the handle @Friends of I'm pleased to relay news that Ai Weiwei is well and is working away at his art. But you've only seen a video of him tonight because his passport continues to be denied, which prevents him from traveling internationally. And so before I continue, I would like to ask all of you to join me in just a brief moment of silence in recognition of all those activists and dissidents around the world whose voices are currently silenced. Thank you. So again, it is really such an extraordinary honor to receive this award. We very much view this recognition as an affirmation of what Twitter is and what it should continue to be, which is your global town square. And the global town square is really where anyone can come to express their views and opinions, where everyone has a voice. In the global town square, that's Twitter, you can stand in the middle of the square to connect with the world at large. You can stand on a soapbox and express your appreciation of your mayor. You can whisper to the neighbor next to you. And in the days of yore, as in the days of yore, you can come there for the purpose of commerce. But a lot of other things happen in the global town square too. Humor happens there, art and debate, and intellectual pursuits and so on. Moms and dads express themselves in our town square. Astronauts like Commander Chris Hadfield express themselves in the global town square, as does Captain Kirk. In our global town square, we actually get to watch in amazement as a conversation unfolds between Commander Hatfield and Captain Kirk in a long-distance, tweet-filled conversation for all to see. Everyone is welcome in our global town square, and everyone has a voice. At Twitter, we have 10 core values that are internal to the company that guide our work day after day. And I won't bother you with all 10, but I do want to share 2 with you. And one is to reach every person on the planet, and another is to defend and respect the user's voice. We marvel at Twitter's ability to amplify every voice and to bring new voice to the voiceless. And so, to our hundreds of millions of users who have expressed themselves in so many ways on Twitter, we certainly share this award with you. From Tahrir Square to Occupy Wall Street, from Hurricane Sandy to the tsunami and the earthquake and ensuing tsunami in Japan, many of you have risked life and limb to express yourselves, to make your voices heard. And every day we hear you, and you inspire us. We would also like to express particular gratitude for our users in the world of journalism. You've taken our platform, and many of you are here tonight, but you have taken our platform and added a new and important dimension to the dissemination of information about news and events across the globe. You've used Twitter to bring everyone closer in profound ways that, frankly, we could have never imagined. And so we share this award with you as well. And to those of you who would be users, but live under regimes that leave your voices temporarily silenced, we share this award with you too. To the activist who yearns to express herself, we hear you. To the artist who longs to be acknowledged, we hear you. To the authors and reporters and scientists and dreamers, we hear you, we hear you, we hear you. We stand with all of you and will continue to fight for your voices to be heard. And finally, to those regimes who stand in the way of free expression, who attempt to silence citizens and quash their voices, we actually share this award with you too. Certainly not for your past actions, but in the hope for the openness that's to come. In the hope that you might contribute to the conversation, in the hope that you might join our global town square. And so I leave you with the words of the music legend Peter Gabriel, who memorialized South Africa's Steve Biko by famously singing, "You can blow out a candle, but you cannot blow out the fire. Once the flames begin to catch, the wind will blow it higher." Thank you very much.